Okay, let me get to, mm, okay, just doing a little tech thing real quick because the last recording I did, it wasn't just of my screen, it had all of us on there, and I'm not sure why. Hide non-video participants. Okay, maybe that'll work. All right, welcome. Oh, little moth flying around me. Welcome to prenatal practice today. We're within the theme of playful enjoyment. And so off recording just now, I was just talking about essential oils and how those can be something enjoyable and pleasurable throughout your birth and labor experience. Um, and so I was just saying that I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm also not advertising essential oils in particular, but this one I've just been opening and smelling, taking a few nice deep breaths with it. Alternatively to essential oils, things like herbal smudges, local herbal smudges are great too. You can find rosemary, thyme, oregano, anything in your backyard even could go into an herbal smudge, and that you can smell the fresh herbs. You can pour hot water over them and smell the steam, all depending on how it makes you feel. So let's go through a list really quick here for essential oils for labor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 categories, and each category has 1 or 2, maybe a few more different essential oils that can help in different stages of your labor. So the relieving pain category has lavender, clary sage, frankincense, and peppermint. So just reading those 4, you might already know that one of these calls to you already. So that might be something that would be nice to have in labor. You can make aromatherapy hot packs. You could drop essential oils on a heating pad. You could have it in a warm oil to be massaged on your body. You could have it in diffuser. So there's so many different ways to use these. To strengthen your surges, clary sage and jasmine. Now, all of this was information that I found in one of my books. I can give a reference to that in a different, I can put it in the description box. For a stalled labor, clary sage, you'll see clary sage come up a lot in this list. For being refreshed and uplifted after perhaps a stalled labor, citrus notes like orange, lemon, and grapefruit are really great to uplift your spirits. Also, if you're taking a shower, this could be really nice. In my labor, I went overnight laboring and having surges, and then in the morning, I just needed to take a shower and kind of like start the day anew. And I put some essential oils in there to kind of bring that energy back. Then to calm and relax, we have lavender, neroli, rose, frankincense, sandalwood, and geranium. So lots of these beautiful flowers can help bring a calming and relaxing sensation to your birth. And then connecting to your ancestors is rosemary. So during that time, we talked about this magic thought, right? This magic thought can also be a person or the archetype of the mother, every mother that has ever given birth before you. Rosemary is a really beautiful way to connect to this spirit, this essence of the mother, and to call in this strength and feel connected to your line of ancestors and those beyond as well. So I hope that list is helpful and something that you can return back to. I'll also have it in text so you don't have to watch this back. It'll be in the description of the video. All right, so we're going to move back to the mat. Live, this is a later class. This is, it's after 8 p.m. So I'm weary of doing things that are too energizing. But at the same time, I want to show that pregnant body is not weak, it is not fragile, and that you can still move in a fun and joyful way. And so I thought, what better way to do that than with some fun sun salutation variations? So sun salutation is a really beautiful way to get into your whole body with your breath. So doing that in a modified way in pregnancy is a really beautiful practice, something that you can even step onto your mat for 10 minutes, do some sun salutations, and feel good about the rest of your day. So we're going to move back to our space and we're going to start standing. I'm going to adjust this here. Okay. Now, if you have yoga blocks, again, have them ready. You can just set them up towards the top of the mat. And for now, if you've been sitting like me, just take a moment to stretch out your legs. Maybe roll through the ankles a little bit. Right. Second, third trimester, first trimester, all throughout pregnancy, this feeling of fatigue can really overwhelm and overcome your body. And then it sort of lingers into the mind. So we can just start to move some energy through our limbs here. And maybe you're wiggling your fingers and your toes, just waking everything up. Okay, and then when you're ready to, take a really nice intentional march, just a few steps with your feet coming up off of the ground into the floor. And when you feel ready to land, let both of your feet land below you. Take a big cleansing breath. Feel your shoulders rise as you breathe in and feel them fall as you breathe out. Good. Now take your hands up overhead, breathe in, reach up to the sky, press down through your feet as you're reaching. And then exhale down. Let's do that a few times, breathing in, up to the sky. Exhale down. Again. We need to connect our breath to our movement, up to the sky, inhale. Exhale down. One more time, up to the sky. This time, bring your hands all the way up. Interlace your fingers and let your index fingers come out. So you're pointing up like Charlie's Angels. Your thumbs are inward. Just your pointer fingers up to the sky. I don't like that view. I'm just going to change that one more time. Little reflection of the light. Okay. And now for your balance, you can separate your feet a little bit wider. Take a nice big breath, squeezing your arms in towards your ears. And then exhale and side bend over to the left. Take a pause here. Breathe into your ribs. Try to find as much space as baby will allow you to. And then when you're ready to, come back up to center. One more time, squeeze the arms in towards the ears as you breathe in. Then exhale over to the other side. Take another breath. And then coming back up to center, release your arms down by your side. Shrug the shoulders. Okay. And now if you're not already there, step up towards the top of your mat. And we'll start moving through our modified sun salutation. Breathing the hands up to the sky. Soften the knees as you exhale. Here you can either find a squat supported on your forearms, or if a fold feels good, heel toe wider, making space, and fold all the way down. If you're in your squat, you can let your head shake yes a couple times. or no. And same thing if you're in your fold. Letting your sits bones feel like they're lifting up towards the sky as you fold. Right, so we'll be working with this squat. So why don't we all come back to that with your forearms to your thighs. Breathing in. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Step one knee back at a time to tabletop. Inhale, rolling your shoulders back, lifting to a cow. And exhale into cat. Coming forward, inhale into cow. Tuck the toes and exhale to downward facing dog. Right, this first round, we're going to go nice and slow because we're just getting started. So each pose is new to the body right now. So you can find movement in your down dog, bending one knee and then the other. Stay really strong through your fingers. Pressing down through your thumb, your index finger, and the rest of your hand. Good. And now with the knees bent, we can start to take wide steps up to the top of the mat, into the fold. Then inhale into your squat, hands to the thighs, forearms to the thighs. And then exhale, fold back down. Press down to the feet, rise all the way up to the sky, reaching the hands. Then exhale down to your heart. Okay, so that's one variation that we'll practice a couple times and move at your own pace. There's no need to rush through anything. Start in your mountain pose, letting your arms float down by your side. Breathe in, hands sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to your squat. Exhale, hands down, tabletop. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, down dog. Take a full breath here, dropping the heels. Soften the knees, wide step forward to your folds. Inhale to lift into your squat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms coming together. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to your squat. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, cat. Shoulders roll down the back. Exhale, cow. I said those backwards. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, downward dog. Take another breath in. Exhale it out. Breathing in. But as you're exhaling, step forward. Wide step, fold. Inhale, squat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale to your heart. We're going to do that one more time before we change our variation. Hands up to the sky, breathing in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, squat. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Step forward on the exhale. Inhale, squat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Take a pause here with hands at heart center, pressing your thumbs into your sternum. Always just making sure there's a nice soft bend in the knee. The pelvis feels pretty neutral. Connecting to the beat of your heart. Placing one hand on your heart and the other hand on your baby. Noticing if there's any response from them, from that movement. This is actually a great time to introduce a cooling breath, especially since those of you live are joining are going to be delivering in the warmer months. So Satali breath is kind of like you're sipping through a straw. Essentially, you're wanting to invite cool air over the tongue and to the top of the palate of the mouth, and then exhaling, releasing some heat. So if you have the ability to curl your tongue in one little curl, you'll do that. If not, no worries, I can't do it. So I just pretend I'm sipping through a straw. So I just make a little hole with my mouth. So what you're gonna do is breathe in through that little space. Then as you're breathing in, bring your tongue to the top of your mouth, close your lips, and exhale through your nose. So let's try that a few times. Breathing into the little hole. Exhale through your nose. Try that a few more times on your own. Once more. And then let your hands go. Okay, so if you've got the blocks, you might use them. I'm going to show ways to not have to use them too, but they're also just a great thing to have. So coming up to the top of your mat, take a breath in with your hands up to the sky. Exhale, soften your knees, fold forward. Inhale to your squat. This time as you exhale, fingers either to the ground or your blocks and stepping just your left foot nice and far back. So if you don't have the blocks and the belly is making it hard for you to reach the ground, you can always step out that front foot a little bit wider. And if you feel good in your balance, you can just come upright so that you don't have that constriction. You've got the blocks, use them here. Letting your back heel stay lifted as you press out through the back heel. We're just going to pulse in and out of this lunge. So this is what it looks like on the blocks. If you can reach down to the floor, or if you're upright, a little bit more of a balancing act. Again, just introducing these shapes before we flow through them. Right, so let's bring the back knee down now and continue pulsing. Now that we're lower to the ground, we have a deeper sense of grounding towards the floor. You might even take this into more of a half split if that feels good to do so. Letting the front leg get all the way into a straighter position. Right, work into the hips. We love asymmetry. We love lunging, giving baby the space to move. And then when you're ready to, come back to your lunge. Hands to the inside of the foot, wide step out, back to table, and downward facing dog. Bending the knees, step forward when you're ready. Inhale to squat. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, squat. And when you're squatting, put the shoulders on your back again. Let them pull down. Shoulder blades pointing to your tailbone. Then with bent knees, take the right foot back now into your high lunge. So when we set up for lunging shapes, when the feet are in this position, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, this front foot can always come out wider. You can always widen the stance from front to back as well, and then start pulsing again through this lunge. Really nice opening for the hip flexor and the psoas, which is a muscle that absolutely is used and can just be, I want to say in the way, but just something that can hinder birth if it's really short and tight. So giving that some good space. Good. And when you bend back into your front knee and bring your back knee down to the floor, and then start pulsing again here, letting this front leg get a little bit straighter. In and out. Notice how you naturally move with your breath. And if your mind was caught elsewhere, just bring it back to your breath. Breathing in for one movement and breathing out for another. Bending back into that front knee. I'm going to take the hands to the inside of the foot. Big step out to the side, back to table, and downward facing dog. Soften the knees, step forward to your fold. Come into your squat, breathing in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do either side one more time, but moving a little bit quicker with our movement to our breath. Breathe in, the hands reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Lift halfway, inhale to your squat. Exhale, hands down to the floor or blocks, left foot steps back. Bring the knee right down. Take a breath in your lunge. Exhale, leaning back into your half split. Inhale, come forward. Exhale to table. Take a breath in through your table. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in and out. As you're breathing in, prepare to step forward as you exhale. Inhale to your squat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale to your heart. One more on the other side, breathing in. Exhale, fold. Squat, inhale. Exhale, the right foot steps back. Right knee down. Breathe into your lunge, maybe lifting the chest, dropping the shoulders, and exhale into your half split. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, table. Take your breath in here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. And then on your next exhale, step forward. Inhale, squat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. And exhale to your heart. Take a pause. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Let's take a few more Satali breath, that cooling breath, sipping in cold air through that little space in the mouth. Exhaling through your nose. One more time. Good. Releasing your hands. Before we cool down completely, we're going to find one deep squat. So we'll set up for our Malasana. Now, lots of ways to make Malasana deep squat more comfortable. The first being 1 or 2 yoga blocks right under the sits bone, so you kind of create your own seat. And the other is, this happens a lot in deep squat, that the heels lift. So placing pillows or rolled up blankets underneath your heels can really help you feel more grounded and sustain the posture longer, by not feeling like you're just always leaning forward on the balls of the feet. Okay, taking either of those options as you need them. And it can change throughout your pregnancy too. So we're gonna get started with feet wide, heels in, toes out. And however you feel balance coming down, your hands can be at your heart or out to the side. As you come down to your squat, again, you can sit on 2 blocks, or maybe not today. And then let your hands come into center with your knees out wide and your elbows pressing into the knees. Your knees are pressing back into your elbows here, creating strength and space at the same time. Imagine the crown of your head lifting like a string, reaching up towards the sky. Stay with a big breath here. Good. To come out of this pose, you can either come to a forward fold or lower yourself all the way down, nice and slow. Once you come down to your seat, take your feet out wide still, and then let your knees windshield wiper from side to side. Okay. With your feet coming together into our butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Move some flesh away from your sits bones so that your pelvic floor, or your pelvic bowl rather, can pour forward. And if you feel like your knees are lifting way up above the hips here, definitely sit on something, pillow or blanket, to bring those hips above the knees. Holding on towards your shins or your ankles, roll the shoulders back. So rather than rounding in our fold, We're gonna let the chest lead. We're hinging at the hips. Let the chest lead, lead, lead. And as soon as you feel like your body wants to round, just pause there. Let the heart shine towards the ground. You can close the eyes here. Feel the eyes droop down, the ears droop down, and the cheeks. And then coming out of your folds here, come into a cross-legged seat. A few seated circles. Switching directions. Spiraling yourself back to center, sitting as tall as you can. Take your right arm out to the side, flip the palm, and then place the forearm towards the small of your back. Pressing gently the forearm into your back. Keep lifting the chest, and then drop the chin to the chest. Roll your ear to the opposite shoulder of your bent arm. You can stay here, or you can lift that free hand, placing it on the side of your head, just placing it, not pulling. And take a few deep breaths into the neck and shoulder. Lifting that top hand, placing it back on your lap. Roll the chin back down to the chest. Take it all the way over to the other side. Back down to center. And then lift your gaze here. Take your arm out to the side. Release the hand to the floor and take a big wide stretch in our side body. You might even want to take some big circles with that top arm. Going in both directions here as well. And then pressing down and coming back up to your seat. Take the other arm out to the side, flipping the palm, bringing the hand behind the back, pressing into the back, sit tall. Then drawing the chin to the chest, take the ear over to the opposite shoulder. Let your body just adjust to the stretch first before placing the hand. And when you're ready, that hand can come just resting on the head. Breathe into the space that's being made between the ear and the shoulder. And then releasing that top arm. Roll the chin to the chest, then to the other side, back down to center. And then lifting your gaze again here. Take that free hand down, take the arm behind the back into a side body stretch. Again, maybe those big circles feel nice in the shoulder. And then lifting yourself back up to your seat. I'm going to close tonight with some guided breathing. You can close your eyes here. Return your attention back to the muscles of the face as you're letting them droop down through the jaw, the cheeks, the temples, and the brow, and the forehead. Bring your hands to your body, maybe both to your belly or one to the heart. We're going to do a counting breath here, allowing our exhale to be longer than the inhale. So just start to notice as you're breathing in, counting a cadence of 1, 2, 3, and see where that inhale takes you. And then as you're exhaling, see if you can exhale for 1 or 2 counts more. The numbers 4 and 6 are common and nice to work with. Right, if you'd like to listen to the count, you can. If you are able to tune me out, just listen to the counting in your own head. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Releasing the count when you're ready. Sitting with this body, with yourself, with your baby, babies. Through the tiredness and the busyness that is our life, it's hard to stop and just be in awe of it all. Be in awe of your body, creating life, nourishing it. Letting yourself some gratitude for taking this time to stop today, to breathe. With hands coming together in front of your heart with so much gratitude. Namaste.